Okay, everyone. Once again, it's me and Cassandra. Obviously, our hair is not looking all that great, so we still not on camera. But anyway, I don't want to start with the starter wives first. I really and truly want to start with this stupid.
Okay. Starter wives?
Okay, I can't get. No, I'd rather start with the sisterhood. I cannot get with. I'm lost. I'm so totally lost. I'm confused on Dominique and her husband. Dominique and her husband, and I don't care about you. I know sometimes you got to start. You know, we've been at a church where we had church in the auditorium of a school before they got to church. I'm not tripping on that part. My part that I'm tripping on is, why is it such of an urgency for you guys to start a new church? You had to pawn your ring. You had to pawn your ring. You had to move out your house, your rented house, you know, and I'm not understanding what is the urgency. Why can't you be an associate pastor at a church? Why can't you find a ministry to help somebody else's church to build on? You know, establish you some parishioners, you know. Like, let's go back to Friendly Will and think of all the churches that came out of Friendly Will. They were associate pastors. You know, Pastor Glass was associate pastors. The Metters were associate pastors. Since I was born in that church, so I know that you should. To me, I just don't understand. Why is it that you have to? Woods came out of that church. I don't know why you have to just be the breakout. Oh, we just have to have our own, and I don't care.
I didn't have a problem with what they did because I thought it was. I don't think it wasn't on a Sunday. It was more like Bible study.
Okay.
But in terms of the getting your own church or being an associate pastor, you have to understand everybody don't want you to be associate pastor. Not to say that they even extended that olive branch out to anybody. I don't know, but you have to understand everybody is not. What I have found, and I live in Tennessee. What I found in Memphis, and you know, they say Memphis got a church on every corner, which is true. They may have 5 members, but they got a church.
Wow.
Don't understand. And I said this even when I was in LA. You know.
Yeah, because we literally do have churches right on the corner.
Right. And so my whole thing is, okay, I appreciate what they did because what he did was, he went back to his roots, where he comes from. Now, just like he's saying, he's associated with 2 other pastors that had churches. Okay, why did not, you guys know they struggle, so why did you not come to him and say, man, look, you want to be a part of my church? Or do you want to come and associate? You know, none of them reached out and said that. Now, to me, that was more of a shame than anything, because you already know. That's just like, prime example, Pastor Glass. Pastor Glass could have went to Pastor Wood's church at any given time and preached anytime he wanted.
Yeah,
and it would never be a problem. I just didn't see that kinship with them as well. You know, I didn't see that with the 2 people that do have churches. And a lot of times people feel like they don't want to invite you into their church because they're struggling. And so they don't really want you to know how they're struggling. So that could be, you know, another reason as well.
Okay, so now when you telling me that, let's go back to the end of the show where Homeboy says we've lost businesses. Okay, so bitch, that's more than one business. So I'm believing, just me, that the olive branch has not been extended because maybe you don't know how to handle money, which she has already said they don't know how to handle money.
And that may be true.
And so,
a lot of people don't. Yeah. I'm not doubting that. I'm really not. And also, but you have to remember something too as well. When you're in business for yourself, and especially depending on what kind of business you're in, it happens.
Yeah, of course.
I know my uncle right now is a millionaire. That's a pastor. He's a millionaire. He's not a millionaire because he's a pastor. He's just a millionaire because he found his niche finally. But he's had several businesses and he's lost all of them. But except the last one he has now, they have been making him money over the years. So that happens. I don't hold that against nobody, because that's just something that happens, especially if you're in a service-oriented business. And now, and then we don't know how long the businesses were, and how long they had them, and they were sustaining them till the economy hit, and a lot of small businesses went under. You go down Main Street, with downtown Memphis Main Street, they used to be filled with businesses. Now, they're not, because people can't maintain, because they're in a service-oriented business and people are just not doing the things that they used to do because of the economy. So I don't knock them for that. Regardless, you're an associate pastor, so that means that it don't matter about the money because you're going to be getting paid a check.
Well, see, that was my thing, that I was just looking at that. I mean, the whole thing with Dominique this week, I'm kind of like, I feel her on the plantation thing, but sometimes you got to say, when some people can't see what you're saying, you got to just like kick the dust and keep it pushing. But her and the Tara thing, I don't understand. Okay, wait, first, let's go back to this bathtub. I'm not trying to see Brian in the tub. Are you? That's not what I came to see the show for.
Okay, now, let me say this. About Tara and Brian. Dominique said something last week that just kind of like clicked in my brain. The light bulb went off in my brain. And one of the things she said is, I can't stand fake Christians. Tonight, proved it to me. I was like, Dominique's being a little hard. She was being a little hard. But what I seen tonight, it proved everything to me. From them doing this Christian bar mitzvah to just everything that they did just proved to me that you guys are fake Christians. Yeah. You the first thing that I felt, and I really felt this way, the bathtub thing, dude, really.
That's what I was like, I'm not trying to see. Every time they kept showing them, I kept looking at the wall like, okay, I'm not really trying to see your husband first. And then it was fake to me because at one minute you was wet and the next minute you was dry. Come on now, I'm not understanding. What are you doing?
I think that they're making a mockery out of church.
Yes.
Or Christian.
Yes.
And then another thing that gets kind of under my goat is this black and Jewish thing.
Yeah, why are they? Do you understand that? To me, I don't know about anybody else who's watching this video or whatever, but to me, I don't think that people who are mixed from where I come from, and then they're supposed to be from where we're from. I don't think that people walk around in LA and they have Mexican girlfriends or Mexican wives or Mexican. And matter of fact, I know that to be true, that it doesn't happen like that. Because Sharice's brother-in-law from her ex-husband has of 2 Mexican and black kids, and they never say, Sade, oh, you're black Mexican. That I never saw that the whole time those girls were growing up, and they're adults now, and I never saw people say, oh, you black and Mexican. They didn't care. It was just like, those are our kids. That's my wife. It's not, oh, she's a Mexican lady, that's my wife. It was never like that. So I don't I'm just lost. I just get lost because I'm always like, okay, why do y'all make such a big deal
about that?
And if you're self-conscious of it, then maybe y'all didn't need to be together because you too self-conscious.
Right. And the thing that tipped me off about the fakeness was when they were talking about, now maybe I'm wrong, and if I'm wrong, somebody please correct me because I don't claim to know everything. But he said that, now he's Jewish. Okay, so that means he was raised Jewish. So you trying to tell me that you and your father, you didn't have a bar mitzvah?
I was saying that. That's what I was saying.
Okay, because you kept saying
that caught me off guard.
My father didn't have that, and I'm going, hold on.
Thank you.
Something
missing.
Something ain't adding up. Something ain't adding up.
Yeah, something is very much missing.
Ain't adding up to 4.
Yes. That lost me too. When he said, "Oh, I would really like for you to come," and because it's something, the experience that me and you didn't have, and I was saying to myself, I'm not saying that all Jews have money, but I'm believing that almost every Mexican in LA try to give their daughter some type of form of a quinceañera. That's 16, and I grew up going Palisades, the schools in Westwood. I mean, I grew up around Jews, going to school with them Jews, and I've never, to my knowledge, I'm sure they ain't had no $1 million bar mitzvahs, but just about I know all the holidays, I know all the food. I just don't understand how you're trying to tell me you didn't have a bar mitzvah. I don't care if you didn't have just but a small ceremony. I've never really heard of a boy turning 13 in the Jewish community that did not have a bar mitzvah. Now, maybe it happens, and he would be my first example of it happening.
That's why I was like, huh? Because you said that your parents stopped talking to you because you wanted to be Christian. So did you want to be Christian at 13, or you became a Christian when you met Taylor, which is what you told me? That's what you said.
That's what you said.
So if that being the case, then something ain't quite
something kind of off. So, something has to be off on that because, like what you said, if your parents are that adamant and don't want to talk to you because you X'd out that religion, then that means that you guys were devout Judaism or Hasidic, not Hasidic, but you guys were devout Jews. So you didn't have a bar mitzvah. So did you celebrate the Sabbath? I'm lost. Was y'all not celebrating the Sabbath? Was y'all not shutting everything down on Friday? What kind of Jews was y'all? Did y'all even have a bar mitzvah? I don't even care if you didn't have nothing but just a few family members over and had the bar mitzvah. And you read the Torah, you sung the song. And my thing with him talking about, he gonna have to learn it in one day. So that lost me too, because I was just like, you guys know that this boy is supposed to know these prayers. He's supposed to be singing these prayers. I said, I'm just confused. And I said, I'm going to go on the internet, and when I put the video up, I'm going to put up the foods you're supposed to have at a bar mitzvah. I don't really, like the lady was saying, I don't really think caviar is on the list.
But when she said it, is caviar
kosher?
I saw her saying, when she said it was like, this ain't that type of party.
Yeah, because it's caviar kosher. Jews eat kosher.
That's what I'm saying. Like, huh? This ain't. Talking about he wanted caviar. Well, then y'all need to have caviar at home.
Yeah, that's an after party. That's not the event. Because you're Jewish kosher. Come on, get it together, Brian. I'm believing that you're lying. I'm believing that you really ain't a Jew.
Yeah, that's why I'm at with him. That's why I said something ain't adding up with this. So now I'm questioning: are y'all really married?
He Oh,
about y'all.
I am too. You know what? Actually, I was thinking that same thing. Now, one thing I can say, that oldest boy, that's his son. He just looked like a darker version of him. That is actually his son. The lips are the same. The head is the same. That's his child. And the other two might be too, but I know for sure that one is his child. But I just was just like, I can't believe this. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I don't know. I don't know. Now, the other person that I'm really shocked that I'm getting ready to say this, and it shocked me that I'm saying this. That Christina's one of those that throw her hand and throw the rock and hide her hand.
Baby, I felt that about her. That bitch right there. That's a sneaky bitch right there. That's a sneaky bitch. You started the whole thing about the plantation. You keep bringing it up. Oh, I just want y'all to get along. Bitch, you the one that started it.
Right.
That's a sneaky bitch right there.
Not only did you start it, you brought it up. You felt some kind of way about it.
Yep.
And when you guys now back onto the plantation thing.
Mm-hmm.
When they had the discussion at the table, when all four of them was at the table, the first time when they had the conversation with a homeowner, because I cannot remember that lady's name right
Delana.
now. Delana.
Her name is Delana.
When you had the conversation with Delana, I respect, and I said this last week, I respect you for one factor only. You said a key word. It was your house.
Yep.
I got you. But what I did not respect of you is your attitude toward it. It may not mean nothing to you, but you got 4 African American women, or 3. I don't know what Dominique called herself, but you had at least 3. I mean, I'm sorry, Christina called herself.
Well, she's Dominican. She's from Dominican Republic. She's Dominican.
Okay. At any rate, you had 3 women of color. Well, 4 women of color.
Sitting at your table.
Sitting at your table. And if one of them tell you, and you got so defensive about it, who makes me believe that you knew what it stood for.
Oh, she knows.
Because I would listen to what she had to say.
She knows. She's from Nashville. She knows.
What? Let me tell you.
She knows.
So I'm thinking to myself, if there had been Sandra sitting at the table.
Oh, Chris went. I couldn't have went across the threshold.
I gotta throw up the doses at you, boo.
Yeah, I got to go. I can't. I'm so crazy with it since moving down south. If it's something that looks like it, Chris can't do it. If I done went to her front porch and saw the word plantation, I'd have been like, oh, I can't do this shit. Because first of all, the world is so crazy now. I don't know if we go inside your house and bitch, you just start thinking you in Django Unchained. And a bitch like me, it ain't gonna go down. So what's gonna happen is Chris is gonna have to just not excuse herself from the situation. When I see the word plantation, that's my exit to go. I don't walk across your threshold in your house. I don't want none of your food. Because I don't know what your mindset is. And hey, you say you're a Christian, but hell, so did homeboy that blew up all the kids in Texas and Waco. So I don't know.
Okay, so then now fast forward to the end of last week when they was all sitting at the table for them without Delana, when they was having that conversation when Sarah and somebody got into it. Ivy and Christina said nothing.
Yeah, and Christina started it. That's why Ivy, I've been calling her a liar since day one. I don't even think she really had no fucking surgery. I think she did that for TV. Because she's so full of shit. I don't like Ivy. I think she's just a big ass liar.
I mean, you guys, you should have, you knew what she was talking about. You understood what she was talking about.
Yeah.
Because Tara did not understand then y'all should have been like, Tara, this is what she said. But both of y'all stood back and didn't say nothing, and then y'all come back and say, well, either we gonna pray or we gonna go to blows. Come on now.
That's Christina saying that.
In that mess?
That's what Christina's saying.
God in that mess.
That's what Christina's saying, because, like I said, Christina she full of shit, man. She's just a shit starter. She's a shit starter. That's mess.
God don't get in it. Why are you putting God in the middle of mess? And the one thing I can say about Dominique, I'm liking her more and more.
I like her more now.
The one thing I can say is she told the truth.
Yeah.
She said, as Christians, we don't want to talk to nothing. We think Jesus gonna save everything.
Yeah.
I said, no, girl, you
because that is true. People throw Jesus on everything, and for some, and in a lot of instances, God puts you in a situation so you can learn from that situation. Not for you just to say, "Oh, I'm gonna throw my hands up because Jesus is gonna handle it." Yeah, okay. No, you like once again, I always tell people, faith without works is dead. The works is the part you got to work it through. You know, and that's what I get mad about when it comes to, oh man, this Tara and Brian thing. I can't no more. I can't fight for you. I can't, because on TLC you made me mad. I don't want to see him in the bathtub. I just can't.
Well, yeah.
I don't want to see him in the bathtub. I don't want to see her with that weave that she probably need to throw away like last year.
Yeah.
I don't want to see her trying to curl that weave. I'm really not understanding, because I want to tell her, listen, honey, you need to go to a beauty shop. Let someone professionally do your hair.
Now, let me help you. Let me take you a step further. Girl, go on YouTube.
Yes, and learn how to do it. Yes.
Show you how to do a weave. Now on top of that, I'm gonna need you to stop getting that cheap hair. That's what I'm gonna need.
And I'm gonna need you to stop buying that old cheap lipstick too. That old purple and stuff you buy. I'm gonna need you to go to Macy's. There's one right here in the Greenbrier Mall. There's a Macy's right there. I'm gonna need you to sit at the table, at the little chair, and say, ladies, I really don't know how to put the makeup on. I really don't know what colors go with my skin complexion that blend in and make me look more natural. Because you don't need purple lipstick on if you're supposed to be a first lady. You need to be having on you some toned down stuff. All that flat.
I don't even. You know what? I really don't look at it like that. Like what a first lady should wear. I don't look at it like that. But what I do look at is that how does look on you. Now, if purple lipstick as a first lady look good on you, then I say wear it. But in this case, no, baby, it don't.
No, it don't. It look a hot ass mess. And okay, so I love Christina's dress. It did look very nice.
It was nice.
But I'm gonna need Christina to come and talk to me when she wants to have an event, because I mean, even I know you rent a room at the hotel. She was at the Biltmore today. You rent a room at the Biltmore, Christina. You have a room for you. You have a room for your kids. You go downstairs, set your room up, and then you go back upstairs to your hotel room. You don't change your clothes in the bathroom with the toilets, like you said. You rent you a room, so everything you right there. Your husband there.
I cannot imagine that you gave something at the Biltmore Hotel. And they did not offer
you a room. That's right. That's true. Because when we did the Bells and Bow Ball, they added the room in, and I got another room for those kids.
You did that, and then your husband and your husband and your two kids are getting dressed at home, and they're driving over to the hotel. Who does that?
Who does that?
Who does that?
But hey, we have to go on the premise of us growing up in situations where we've always went to balls or we've always went to events, and so maybe they never did that. Maybe this was their first ever in life, and so they didn't know. Maybe they didn't know how to ask somebody to teach them how to do that type of stuff. Maybe they don't have no. Maybe they really don't have no mothers of the church. Because the mother of the church, if you would have talked to them, they would have told you, honey, you need to get your room there.
Exactly, that's a given. Any major hotel that you go to and you're giving that type of an event or caliber of an event were you talking about raising $9,000?
No, $900,000.
$900,000. They would have given you a room.
Yes. Just they would have comped your room because you paying so much for the rental of the hall down, the rental of the space downstairs, and the food, and you had the band, and you had the all this and that. They would have just comped you a room, maybe even two.
Exactly.
So I was lost on that, and I was lost on Dominique coming with
now, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question, because she said, "Where's the alcohol?"
Oh yeah! Did you see the video of next week?
The person y'all was drinking alcohol?
Yeah, they're a strange brew to me. They're very strange to me. They do things that's kind of outside of what we're used to doing at a church. They live differently in Atlanta. They live differently in Atlanta, Georgia. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean the dancing, whatever, but yeah. The alcohol.
I mean, the dancing was okay because I mean it was that type of an event, but the alcohol I was not ready for.
Did you see the video of the preview for next week with Dominique's just taking shots? I was just like, well, okay then. Well, all right. Well,
you know
all
what?
right.
And it's not in a defense of Dominique. It's not in a defense of her, but that girl have had so much stress on her back, and I know what she's talking about. I guess for me, I feel where Dominique coming from, because I've been where she's at in terms of the stress, not the prostitution or the drugs. Don't do them, neither. But I've been there with that pressure of trying to keep your family together. Mm-hmm. I've been there. I understand that part. But the thing that kills me about, I guess, I don't like how TLC is trying to portray her.
Yeah, they are trying to make her like the really bad person. They really are.
Yeah.
And they trying to protect Ivy, and it's something about her. I'm gonna figure her out. And we done already figured out Christina now. They can't hide that now. Yeah. Christina is just a shit starter. She is shit starter, and she sit there and sit on her hands like, now let's see what this gonna do. You know, and that's not cool. That's not cool. Okay, so let's get on this starter wives, people. You start of who you wanna think this, because
Okay. Well, I guess the first thing was Lamar Odom.
Yes, I was hoping you were gonna bring her up.
She looks like Chloe. So.
Oh, you didn't know that when he first met oh my God. Okay, so like if you had ever watched the Kardashians when they first started going out. When they showed a picture of him and her, they showed that picture like when they were going to the prom or something. Then, and I was like, damn, she looked just like Chloe.
Yeah, that was a trip for me. I didn't know that, so it was my first time seeing that. And I was like, oh wow. And now I kind of like understand more about what's going on. Cause I was like, and I feel for her because we've been together since we were 16 years old, and you're gonna go and marry some other chick?
Yes.
After you have only known her for 1 year?
No, they didn't even know each other that long. Remember, they didn't know each other that long because that's why. What's the stepfather name? The athlete. He was. Chris Jennings. Bruce Jennings. Bruce was saying that. Bruce was saying like, oh, are y'all sure? Because like y'all haven't known each other that long. It had been months. It had not been a year. It was a couple of months.
Wow. Yeah, and y'all never dealt with the passing of your son? Y'all son?
Yeah, that's
so
sad.
They got 2 or 3 kids together.
Well, they had 3 and then the little baby died.
Okay, so she had 2. Okay.
Because one just graduated from junior high school this last June. the girl graduated from junior high school, and Chloe and him went to the they went to the graduation in New York. I do remember seeing those pictures.
Well, you know what, his aunt, she was looking like she was feeling some kind of, she ain't happy with that Kardashian marriage thing.
She said in his world.
Like feeling some kind of way.
You heard her say in Lamar's world. Like that bullshit he doing over there.
Yeah. Okay, then I've always liked DMX wife. I've always liked her.
I have always liked her. This lady has been through so much, and all of us that are our age, we know the stuff this lady has been through. We have been there when DMX first came out, and we know the stuff this lady's been through.
Right.
And for her to still be standing and not trying to kill DMX, that's a good thing.
What you say?
That's a very good thing.
Now, the one that I am still... Okay, Floyd Mayweather.
She's slow to me. I think she's slow.
I'm going to need you to take, as they say, several seats.
Yeah, I'm going to need her to go stand in several corners and think about what the fuck she getting on TV talking about some, oh, he'll always come back to me. Of course, bitch, because you're his doggone place. He could deposit some fucking sperm when he can't get nobody else to open their legs.
What?
You always will, you dumbass bitch.
He got a fiance, Miss Jackson, because that's what he called her, Miss Jackson. He got a fiance. You just got on TV telling Miss Jackson that you want to sleep together.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm trying to figure that one out.
So I'm glad Chili didn't fall for him. I'm glad that Chili didn't go a long way with him, because at first she was thinking she wanted to be, you know, with him, and he was just playing too many games when he would come on the show, and I was like, Chili, that's not the man for you.
What's the other one name?
Zakiya with the red hair with the bad ponytail.
Yeah. Okay. Wait. Let me skip first, because I'm gonna come back to her. So then the next one, which
with
was,
the blog, Dirty Little Secret. The flex.
You, boo-boo, I want you to sit down somewhere. I want you to go take a seat. Take a seat. I got everything that you said, but when those two friends tell you you wrong, you need to tell her it's about business. No, it ain't about business. Why would you set your friend up like that? Why would you do that to your friend? That's your friend. So why would you do that?
Because she likes to start shit. You can see that. And then because the girl was sitting next to her, Zakiya was sitting next to her talking to her on the couch. She stands up. So Zakiya stands up. Oh, security. No, you escalated the situation. She was talking to you. Yes, Zakiya was drunk. But you could have actually, when she said, you know, telling you, well, you know that me and the girl don't get along because she's sleeping with homeboy, or she was. Which, whoever this Mano, I ain't never in life heard of him.
Girl, me either.
So he's a non-factor in Chris's life. DMX, Flex, I've heard of. You know, Lamar. Even the lady that's the mob wife, I ain't never heard of him, but his story probably way more credible than his Mano. I ain't never heard of him.
Oh, that's Jose Canseco. He play baseball. Jose Canseco.
No. Caruso. Her husband is a mobster. He's in jail. His name is Phil Caruso. That's the one. But she got a tequila company. She
said Jose.
No. She said Caruso. And she has a tequila company. But I just think that girl who has the blog, I think she's wrong. And I think she likes to start shit. Because they were all sitting. Because you could have told her when Zakiya was sitting there at your house and y'all was having mimosas, you could have said then, oh, Zakiya, I invited Lil' Kim. And they could have had a long discussion. The girl wasn't drunk. She was clear-minded. They could have had a long discussion. She could have said, oh, well, then I'll choose not to come, or I would just like to let you know that this is what happened between her and me and her. It's probably not even about her sleeping with him. It's more of, I don't like her and she don't like me.
Right. But the thing that got me was, okay, you kept saying it was about business, then you should have handled your business. As a friend, you should have handled your business.
Yes.
Because if I have two friends or if I have a friend who I know that there's an issue with, that other person, I'm going to let both of them know. Well, I invited her or I invited him or whatever the case may be. I'm going to let everybody know. Now, if you want to come, you come. But if you come, that would have been my words to say, if you come, don't start no shit.
Yeah, but then if I know that you guys don't like each other and before I have the event, if we can't sit down and talk about it, or if I can't tell you, well then or Josh will just want to invite you. If you know little coming, then don't even invite her at all.
I couldn't stand the fact that she kept saying, you guys are still letting your ex ruin y'all lives and do whatever y'all want to do and able to do. And I'm like sitting up there looking at her like, are you kidding me? What are you talking about? Dude, they don't have nothing to do with anything regardless of what it is. You said you don't know what it is between Kim and whoever this dude is, Mayonnaise. I can call him the Mayonnaise.
You said Mayonnaise? I don't know who he is. Your ass said Mayonnaise. I don't know. I ain't. Mono,
Mayonnaise, whoever.
I ain't never heard of him. I really have never even saw him before.
Right. But it doesn't matter. If her and Lil Kim, maybe that may have been the beginning of the start of the reason why they didn't like each other. But now it don't have to be, okay, well, we're going to set him aside, but dude's being disrespectful. Maybe Lil Kim was being disrespectful to her. Well, then you're right. Me and Lil Kim could never see eye to eye because it's a disrespect thing. And so it's not like, you know what I'm saying? Something go beyond what the original thing it was about.
Exactly. And then she says, well, you didn't know about it. But then the girl, the kid says, well, it was on your blog. So clearly you knew about it because you wrote about it back then. So you clearly knew about it. And so I do see why Zakiya was saying, why would you act like it's not a big deal or you didn't know anything about it when you clearly wrote about it on your blog? I guess the girl didn't realize blogs are around forever. You can go and research somebody's blog and go back from the day they started that blog.
And you know that's what I'm getting ready to go because I want to see did she put it on her blog.
It's called Mommy's Dirty Little Secrets or Dirty Little Secrets. And then that girl Josie, who is she with? Oh, that's the Mayweather dummy. This Mayweather lady, I'm lost on her. Because isn't she the one that he's in jail now for he putting his hands on her?
He's out of jail,
but he was in Las Vegas jail, right? Sitting up there crying like a bitch in jail. And then after he gets out of jail, now he's engaged to someone else. So clearly he doesn't want you. Only thing he wanted.
Wait. No. They were not together when he went to jail.
Oh.
I don't think they were together when he went to jail, but I know it was a domestic violence situation. But I don't even know how, he didn't beat her up. It wasn't a situation where he beat her up, but it was some domestic violence. Now, I wasn't there, I don't know. But I know they didn't say he beat her up. I know that.
Okay, but still, she said it was a altercation or something to that effect.
Well, you know what?
Okay.
I'm looking at the way she's drinking, and I can pretty much see why. Because she was looking like she was getting to the tilt, and then because she stood up and you got in between the two girls, and then you gonna say, "Don't touch me." Just put that down. Ain't nobody told you to get up.
We wasn't even talking to you. That's right. We wasn't even talking to you. This was not even concerning you. It was not concerning. And then I don't know.
That whatever that girl name is, Mano's girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, whatever, Mayonnaise ex-girlfriend, whatever she is, when she came in and she sat down and she was talking to her, that was the perfect time for her. You say you business, you should have been a bigger person that said, you know what? Because she said it right. She said, why didn't you come and tell me that you invited Little Kim?
Yeah, you invited everybody else. Yeah.
Okay, I agree. If you could tell the other 3 people that you're going to invite Lil' Kim, then that means to tell me that you felt some kind of way that you should have told her, you should have said something. So I think that that's what you should have did. You should have said something to the girl. And like she told her, why didn't you come and tell me? And then that would have been the point where you could have said, you know what, I really didn't know how to come and tell you, but me and Lil' Kim Lil' Kim has supported my blog from day one.
Yeah.
And she would have been like, okay, you know, give somebody a chance to react to something before you start talking about. And then when she was talking to Lamar and Lamar's girlfriend and Floyd Mayweather their exes, when she was talking to them, she was just like, she was talking down to them like, you all up here. No, you were married or dated or something from Master Flash.
Yeah.
What?
But what I didn't like about her either was when they went to her house and they found out that, well, the girl that used to be with Lamar only was with Lamar all her life. Why did she say, oh, we got to get her? I didn't know she was a Odom or a Lamar virgin. Why do you think that's a bad thing? That's a good thing. That's the only person she ever been with. That's not a bad thing.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this. I cannot guarantee you that I will be watching it.
Yeah.
For several reasons.
Well, I lost interest. It's not really that interesting to me because it's too much cattiness already, and I don't go into what you're doing now for yourself. And I will probably watch it only for the DMX wife because I've seen their story on Behind the Music, and I've seen stuff about them in the doggone news, and so I feel for her. I feel for her because she's Muslim. That's the reason why she stayed so long, and
yeah,
that'd be the only thing. But those other ones, especially that one with that blog.
They were on couple therapy too.
Oh, they were? Oh, wow. I just saw the Jodeci guy and his wife. I feel sorry for her too.
Yeah. They were on therapy. Maybe that's why she's on. I think she was on. They were on there too. But anyway, that's where and somebody else was on there. JoJo, Casey and JoJo, one of them,
yeah.
Casey or JoJo,
yeah.
I can't remember. One of them were on there.
That's what I said. The Jodeci people. That's sad.
So that's how I knew. I heard about her story and her talking, and she laid it out for him. She said, "Dude, I was with you through everything." Yeah. So, I feel you. Now, the other one who says she was with the dude that the mayonnaise, she said she taught him everything. Okay, well,
okay, well, my thing with her was when she said he got out of jail for 10 years, I would have been like, well, I can't commit to that because I can't. My mind just done raced when you said 10 years. You didn't say 10 days. You didn't say 10 months. Bitch, you said 10 years in jail.
She met him after he had gotten out of jail. She didn't. So bitch,
you didn't know him before. You didn't know him before, but you met him after. So I can't commit to that one. I can't fuck with you. Nobody in your life can invite you to me. They can introduce me to you because I can't fuck with you. Because you've been in jail for 10 years.
My husband was a...
But he was in... You knew him before. There's a difference. You knew the ways. You knew when he went in. It wasn't no way he was going to go down with his ass and anybody.
Listen, in the scheme of things, it's the same. The only thing that I can give him credit for, and I always say this, is that he had enough sense to get some type of education while he was there. That was probably the best thing that happened for him. And I do believe that him going to jail changed him a lot. But, well,
Well.
It was the good and the bad.
The good and bad.
The good is that he had enough sense to get him some type of education while he was there. The bad is he came out just a selfish bastard. So, good and bad.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know if I would be watching that. Can we talk about the Atlanta house fire?
I have not saw it. What happened?
Okay, I'm gonna need you to be watching Atlanta house fire.
It just cause do you understand in my life the stress level that I have is, and it makes me so damn sleepy. Even today when I was at work, a lady was on the bus and fucking called the people, and I got a ticket. I bust out. I took her back to her hotel. I went into a rage of crying because I don't have nothing on my license but my name and address. And so I went to the office to take the stupid ass bus. And then they're like, oh, it's not a problem. It's not. No, I said, that you don't understand. I have nothing on my license but my name and address. So I have a lot of stress. So when they come on, what day do they come on now? I try to watch a few. I watched a few a few clips on the internet where the ugly boy that plays on the football team that's married to Portia was telling her you gotta handle that or something with Cynthia.
Oh, that's from next week.
Oh,
I mean, this is gonna be coming up. Well,
so the one where the girl walks in the room with the fishnet dress on, that's now.
Yeah, that's now.
That bitch right there, I'm going to need her to understand there is medicine for that shit you going through in your life. I'm right there with Phaedra. When Phaedra was like, yes, I did call you bipolar. I'm right with Phaedra. There's medicine for that.
But you know
Kendra, there's medicine for that.
The one thing that Kendra could not argue back with Phaedra is Phaedra said, whatever I have said to you, whatever I have said about you, I have said
to your face.
And she did not lie.
Yeah.
Now she did not lie about that. But
you say she threw Nene off, and then
this is my personal opinion. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. This is my personal opinion. Kendra, you look like a damn fool.
Yes, that was so. And then Lawrence, I don't understand Lawrence. Why are you involved, Lawrence? You should remove yourself because you're making yourself look very stupid.
Okay. He's a non-motherfucking factor to me. I don't care about Lawrence. But let me tell you something. I've always said this. You showed her, to me, this is my personal opinion. If somebody said you bipolar and crazy, and you came in there and you pulled that stuff, what you think that's going to make them think? Your ass is bipolar and crazy.
They're going to say, boom.
Their right mind will come to. Now, I could have seen if you did that, if y'all had went to a restaurant or something like that, but you came to a charity affair.
And Nene's
taking pictures.
Yes, Nene coming out with her shoe line, her little shoe, and everything. Because they even said, oh, look at the cake. It looks just like the shoe. And then you come walking in the middle of all of this, looking like a damn fool.
Good. Did you see the people?
The people was looking like, I can't, but the people was like, what's wrong with her? Like, why is she coming in here like that?
Let me tell you what. You're a businesswoman.
Yes. Like she said, what movies have you produced lately? You have not produced anything that was of any merit. You ain't on, I can't even think of who. You're not on any level that is producing money. You probably barely making it, really. Oh my gosh. Talking about she's a producer. She said, what have you produced lately?
Yeah. But it doesn't even matter who, for one, let me just say this. It doesn't matter who was the last celebrity that Phaedra represented. Guess what? She got a law degree. So she can pretty much, she can do whatever.
And she has a law degree, so it don't matter who's famous that she done represented. The bitch is representing people every week.
Okay? So she gets money either way. But I'm gonna tell you this.
She ain't out there chasing for nothing. You came to her office, motherfuckers. You came to her office. You went to Phaedra's office. Did Phaedra ever, in this whole thing with you in this donkey video, have I ever seen you go? Have I ever seen Phaedra and her husband come to your office? Hell no. But you went to hers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so I did see this week mostly part of it because I saw clips on the internet.
All the rest of it was it wasn't nothing, but that was the part that kind of like got me of all the things that happened. That was the only thing that got me. I'm like, Kendra, why did you do that? That made you. You gave it to Phaedra. You was copying Phaedra. I got you. I got all of that, but it's a place and a time for everything, and that was not the place nor the time. You being a businesswoman, you don't know who was there, and
yes, exactly.
I mean, that made you look bad. That didn't make Phaedra look bad.
No,
that made you look
bad. It made you look very bad, and it made you look very bad because it was an event, a charity, is a business venture for somebody on the show. And for you to come in there and start and drinking and had a stupid hat on, and man, you could miss me. You could miss me all the way around with that bullshit. And like you said, Lawrence, you say he's not a factor, but I just think that that's so childish for you to go into that with her. I think you should have been the one to have some type of reasoning in that car when you guys were driving over there. But you thinking this is all funny and haha. See, Derek J got a business. Look, he got a business. So he ain't trying to put his shit out there all crazy. He'll go with y'all for a minute, but he not trying to put it out there like that because he want people to come in there to get their damn hair done.
Like she was crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, because Derek J want people to come there and get their damn hair done. So he ain't trying to, he ain't fucking with y'all.
But he does other things too. Like they use him a lot as far as like fashion shows and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So he not.
He
ain't messing his stuff up. Now, Lawrence, you gonna be on the side of where the crazy people go. That's when people gonna start saying, "Oh, Lawrence goes with all the people who act crazy." Sheree, and now her.
But let me tell you something else. I will say this, and I guess my whole thing with and then the pageant. I'm sorry, I forgot about the pageant. I'm gonna say that, don't be done. Cynthia's getting ready to do a pageant. Here's my thought. Now you got Portia, and Portia said she was gonna sing. Okay, y'all ain't heard Portia singing a tune. So I'm just saying, if you ain't heard
that's what Roxanne said,
I wouldn't even commit to that. But let me just say this. Cynthia, you another one that throw the rock and hide your hand.
Yeah.
You another one.
Yeah.
Because when you went to go see Kendra out on that golf course, you didn't have to even talk about Phaedra. You didn't have to talk about no conversation that went on with Phaedra and all of them. Because you didn't know, again, you only knew one side of the story. You did not know the whole story. Yeah. The whole story was, what was Kendra hired for? Kendra was hired to produce a video. She wasn't hired to go get no deal. She wasn't hired for nothing else. What she was hired for was to produce a video. That's what she was hired for. Okay? That's one. Two. You coming and saying that you wanted 50% on the back end of a production, that you had nothing to do with, all you did was produce. I want to know where you get that deal at. Maybe I don't know nothing about the industry, but everybody I talk to is saying, are you crazy? Ain't nobody giving up 50%. Ain't nobody giving up 10%. She was lucky if she would have got 1% on the back end of the deal, but you didn't do anything. So then you say that the reason why you doing this video is because they said, well, why? They came to you. You said that the people came to you and said, after you said, well, Phaedra won't be doing it. Well, why don't you do it? Really? They did? Oh, okay. Where they do that at?
No, they don't. They be like, okay, thank you. Next. I'm down to my last minute on this thing. It's beeping or it's blinking now.
Okay. So what the thing I'm gonna end it on is I think Kendra is crazy.
I think she's certifiable.
I'm not a Phaedra fan, but on this one I have to agree with Phaedra.
Yes. Okay, everyone. This is Chris and Cassandra on our bye-bye. On our review of Sisterhood and the Starter Wives, which we don't know if we're really gonna watch, and Atlanta Housewives. See you next week.